Everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of Revalida. Testing theories, breaking conventions. Again, I'm your host, Dr. Benedict David. So, ito na naman tayo. Panibagong segment, panibagong episode, panibagong season. But first and foremost, pasalamatan natin ang ating butihing network, ang ating napakahusay at should we call, madiskarte at higit sa lahat ay napaka-competent na executives at staff dito sa Elizalde Broadcasting. Nangunguna si Mami Mel Elizalde, ang ating CEO, saka si Kuya Chot, ang ating technical executive. So, maraming salamat po. Very beautiful Saturday. Not so sunny, not so rainy, di ba? Not so cloudy. Magandang panahon, hindi mainit, hindi malamig, hindi maulan. Ika nga Goldilocks. Nasa Goldilocks zone tayo ngayon. At magandang pag-usapan ang Goldilocks zone kapag naisa sa buhay mo ang iyong sinasabi. 'Di ba? Kaya yan ang ating segment ngayon. Ika nga walk the talk. Kagaya ng ating mga sponsors ngayon na ulitin lang natin, ano? So, kada linggo dumadaming ating mga, I don't wanna call it sponsors or so, but I wanna call it business partners or business affiliates natin dito sa Revalida. Unahin natin ang aking mga kaibigan sa tower namin, ng aming caterer, official caterer na Peninsula Garden Midtown Homes, si Cathy and Barbie. Ang kanilang home cook meals at tusok-tusok. Diyan ako bumibili palagi ng puwek-puwek sa fishball pag may bazaar. You may contact them at 0915. Meron din silang Facebook page, Facebook account, just type Cathy and Barbie. And yung pangalawa is yung tinatawag natin na Happy Kids Art, na ang proprietor ay si Miss Michelle Mendenilla. Pwede nyo rin puntahan yung kanilang Facebook page. I-type nyo lang Happy Kids Art. Ayan, or happykidsart.com/Facebook, kung ano man natawag sa Facebook page na web page, di ba? So puntahan nyo lang po yung kanyang website or kanyang Facebook page. And marami kayong matututunan. Kung may mga anak na po kayo, may matututunan kayo sa arts and sa tinatawag natin na mga murals, tinuturuan niya mag-painting yung mga estudyante niya doon sa kanyang special classes. Alright, so moving further, no? Kagaya ng aking mga business affiliates, ng aking mga partners dito sa segment na ito, bukod sa Elizalde Broadcasting, syempre, tinanggap ko sila at ako mismo actually ang nag-reach out sa kanila to advertise and to promote their respective brands because I believe that they can walk the talk. Ano ibig ko sabihin that they can walk the talk? Simple lang po sa dear viewers natin. Hindi ko sisirain ang pangalan ko, hindi ko i-risk ang pangalan ko if I don't believe in something or in someone. Hindi ko ako makikipag-usap sa isang tao at i-risk ko ang pangalan ng segment ko at pangalan ng Elizalde Broadcasting kung yung kausap ko ay hindi niya kayang gawing mabuti at marangal ang kanyang trabaho o kanyang negosyo. At yan ang topic natin for today. Napaka-importante sa isang business or sa isang profesyon, sa isang trabaho, kahit sa trabaho mo lang or kahit sa pagkatao mo, na meron kang sinasabi na hindi yung yaman o pera, na meron kang credentials. Ika nga hindi pwedeng talk and talk. Ano sabi sa Black Eyed Peas? Diba? Ano yung kanta na Black Eyed Peas dati? Where is the love? Do you practice what you preach? Or would you turn the other cheek? Diba? So meaning, hindi pwedeng talk lang ng talk. Dapat you could also walk the talk. Ika nga isa buhay mong tinuturo mo. Isa buhay mong credentials mo. Lagi ko tong sinasabi, di ba? I always tell this to my friends and to my students. Kaya marami akong nakakabangga before. Pero ngayon, just taking it professionally, no? Halimbawa lang naman, before we go to the details and the subtopics of this, napipikon yung ibang mga kasama ko sa pagtuturo, lalo nung dean ako at nung academic affairs head ako. Bakit? Kasi I always tell my faculty and even my students. Ang problema kasi, itong si Professor na gano'n, halimbawa si Professor Juan de la Cruz, ito si Professor de la Cruz, akala mo kay galing, wala namang negosyo. Nagtuturo na strategic management. Anong alam niya sa strategic planning? Wala. Nagtuturo na entrepreneurship, wala namang. You always bashing your faculty members. They are under your command. Sabi ko, and I don't like those people under my command kung wala silang sinasabing credential. Para kang ganito in relation to the previous episode, last week, you cannot give what isn't yours. You cannot offer what isn't yours to possess. ika nga you cannot give something that you do not have. Ang tawag doon is scamming, ang tawag doon racketeering. 'Di ba? Yun ang ibig sabihin nun. So, kung hindi mo kayang panindigan na sinasabi mo, you cannot walk the talk, scammer ka. Up to a certain capacity. 'Di ba? So, walk the talk, ano? Pag ako nagtuturo, I always back it up with experience. Hindi lang basta libro. 'Di ba? Laging may balance yan theory and practical side. Minsan nilalamangan ko yung practical side. Hindi lang minsan, kadalasan nilalamangan ko yung practical side. I always make sure that I give real life examples. Not to boast or not to brag, not even more so to inspire, but to teach my students that this is how it is being done in the corporate world and in the business world. Because I'm a business professor, I should walk the talk. Otherwise, I should have just taken actuarial science. I should have just taken BS Math or BS English. Walang iwo-walk the talk doon kasi puro theory lang 'yun. 'Di ba? Sana nag PhD education na lang ako. Mas madali magturo ng PhD education. Why? Because all you have to do is teach according to the books. But when you're talking of business, there's a certain parameter wherein you have to balance your experience vis-a-vis the theories. Kaya that's the hardest part of being a business professor. Unlike if you're teaching in education, with all due respect, I respect that. May mga estudyante ako naging principal before. May mga estudyante ako naging principal, naging teachers before. Pero I cannot teach them what they do not know. And more so, I cannot teach them what I do not know also. Education sila so more on theory sila. Is that fine? Yeah. Pero kung business ka, there should be what you call the profession, the credibility. 'Di ba? So now, let's go to the subtopics, First and foremost, how can you walk the talk? So ayan, nakalagay sa ating mahiwagang board, sa ating mahiwagang monitor dito sa harapan natin. Know the entire context. What do we mean by knowing the entire context? Mahirap maging asyumero in Tagalog. Mahirap mag-judge. Mahirap mag-judge or mahirap mag-assume. It is hard to conclude on something wherein you do not know the entire context. And it happens almost all the time in social media, even in real life. For example, nag-aaway dalawang tao. Sasabihin natin, ang mali dito, ganun, kasi sinapak niya si ganun. Kasi sinapak niya si Kwan, sinapak niya si Ganire. The thing is, you do not know the entire story kung ba't niya sinapak. Di ba? Ba't niya sinuntok, di ba? Malay natin kung in-scam pala siya o hino-hold up siya, yung pala karatista, sinuntok, kaya niya, di ba? Pero if you're going to judge immediately, bakit naman sinuntok ni ganun? Hindi mo alam yung kwento kasi nakita mo lang isang part ng CCTV sa social media, for example, di ba? O di kaya, kinalisensya mo! Natatandaan niyo yun? Kinalisensya mo! Di ba sa Facebook? Mali naman talaga yon. Pero hindi rin natin alam kung may pagkakamali din. Palagi ko meron din yung sinabihan niya ng kinalisensya mo! O di ba? Palagi ko pareho silang mali doon. Nakahanap na sila ng katapat sa isa't isa. 'Di ba? Kasi hindi ka naman magre-react na gano'n kung hindi ka na-provoke I still believe in the saying na if you created a monster out of someone, then you are the monster. If you provoke the monster out of someone, you are the monster. Alam mo lang ang ganun yung tao, provoke mo pa. 'Di ba? Kinalisensya mo. Kinalisensya mo, 'di ba? Ganun pa yung pagsasalita niya. Palagi ko may mali rin yung inaway niya. Hindi lang palagi ko, sigurado 'yon. He wouldn't be triggered kung ganun-ganun lang. Walang ganun. Kahit na sabihin natin pareho silang reckless driver, yun na nga yun pareho silang reckless, pareho silang tactless, 'di ba? So allow me to show you a reel. Kuya Chot, iyan na natin yung ating mahiwagang reel. Allow me to show you a video clip. Ayan, so okay lang yan, walang sounds. This video clip is from the Netflix miniseries. Again, this video clip is from the Netflix miniseries Midnight Mass. It shows here a priest performing a miracle. At first glance, this may sound good and great, but bear in mind, in the series, that priest is the devil. That is the main antagonist in that short video. You don't know the context? That is the devil.
Body of Christ.
Now, stop.
Come to think about it.
That's cool.
The devil performing a miracle is walking the house of God.
This is a joke. It's not funny.
You might tell me, sir, it's just a movie, it's just a Netflix miniseries. kung mapapanood natin, still, even the devil can perform miracles. What do I mean by that? If you do not know the entire context of a certain story, you are not well educated and you cannot walk the talk. That's why having the entire context is necessary. Even though the actions may be good, but if you are not educated enough to discern meaning to understand, to make the appropriate judgment, to make the appropriate conclusion, then your education is worthless. I'm sorry to say that. But if your education is profound, if you know the whole story, then you are well educated. You can walk the talk. You can make a conclusion out of everything if you know the entire context. I remember one time, do sa favorite ko rin na mini-series, yung The Tudors, ang bida doon si Henry Cavill, Superman, hindi pa siya masyado sikat noon. Saka si Jonathan Rhys Meyers. Saka sila yung mga nasa Game of Thrones, karamihan sila bida doon. Sabi doon, to know the entire story, you must go back from the very beginning. So there must be a sense of history in everything. Yun ang point ko doon. Because when you are a truly educated person, you will know the entire story, or you have to know the entire story, the entire context, in Tagalog, yung buong kwento, before you make a judgment and before you teach. For example, researcher ka. Eto, may nagtanong sa akin sa TikTok. Last week, mga Tuesday yon, sabi sa akin, "Sir, is it okay for me to use TikTok as a study? How relevant is TikTok in rendering educational whatever?" I told that young lady, the answer is yes. And I was also brutally honest with her when I told her that TikTok, Facebook, Google, Wikipedia are good sources of learning. Kakaiba, no? Siguro sinasabi nyo ngayon, si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang TikTok. Si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang TikTok. Si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang YouTube. Diba? Si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang... Siguro sinasabi nyo ngayon, si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang YouTube. Si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang TikTok. Si Sir Benedict, pinopromote ang Google at Wikipedia towards knowledge. Doktor ka ba talaga, Dr. Benedict? Oo. Why? Because it's not on the media platform that you're using. It's how you discern the truth. How you investigate. Kung tama sa tingin mo, you research further, then you verify. In that way, you can now preach. Kumbaga sa research, you can now do your research. Kung professor ka, you can now preach. Because meron ka ng validity. Because you know the entire context. Wikipedia, for example. Is Wikipedia a good source of information? Kung may reference sa baba, you check it. If it's valid, yes, it's good. If it's not valid, discard it. Ganon kasimple. Is it a waste of time? Of course not. Because you tried to contextualize everything. Nagets nyo? Yun ang point ko doon. So, i-wrap up natin yung subtopic number 1, Again, you must be able to discern, meaning to understand the entire context, because history is very important in education. Hindi history class, The history of a certain context, the history of a certain topic is very important for you to practice what you preach. Ganun po siya kasimple. So meaning, alamin mo muna lahat bago ka magsalita. Better yet, even if you know something, just be quiet unless you are being asked to or being asked upon. Mas maganda yun. Bakit? Because if you remain quiet, kung hindi ka naman tinatanong, di ba, you tend to learn more. Ika nga, silent waters run deep. Totoo naman. You tend to know more, you tend to talk less. But once you speak, it will be better. It will be better. Ika nga consistency. There should be consistency in what you do towards your everyday discussions, towards your everyday discourse, towards your everyday life. Diba? So, ayan. So, yun yung first subtopic natin. Dumako tayo sa pangalawa. Ito, maraming tatamaan dito. Pero sige, in the spirit of genuine education. Number 2, common sense is not so common. I hate to say this, pero when you are educated, hindi lang sa libro, there should be a parameter or there should be a factor and facet of your whatsoever in your intellect na may common sense ka. Hindi lang basta diskarte, kasama na diskarte sa common sense. Ika nga, common sense should be your primary mode of understanding. Basically, common sense ang magpapa-decide kung tama o mali ang tinuturo mo. For example, ganito. Share ko lang. Sa amin, 'di ba, as I have mentioned time and time again, I am an officer in our condominium association. In our condominium association, 'di ba? Marami akong nakakabangga dahil lagi ako nagme-memo being the corporate secretary. Marami ako nabibigyan ng mga violations for that matter. Even some of my friends, although we tend to always agree to disagree, pero may certain professionalism kami. But even some of my friends, minsan nakakabangga ako yan. Not because I want them, not because I am a war freak person and I want them to become my enemies from being friends. It's not like that. It's not like that. Sometimes may makakabangga ka kasama sa trabaho mo, minsan kasama mo sa trabaho, makakabangga mo, pero we don't take it to heart. Kumbaga, professional lang kami. I'll give an example of that, na minsan kakailanganin mo ng common sense eh. For example, ganito. Siguro sa mga nakatira sa condo dito or umattend ng mga bazaar, yung mga merkato, we have that. We have that every quarter or every whatsoever. So, ang ginagawa namin, twice a year or thrice a year, we have that bazaar or merkato. Ano yung issue namin palagi dyan? Siyempre, may garden yung condominium namin. Parang subdivision nyo sa amin eh. We have 9 towers on a whatsoever number of hectares. Then may garden kami, may fountain pa nga kami. May activity area pa kami na maraming mga Carabao grass. For me, yung Carabao grass, madali tumubo yan. However, yung tiwala at yung pagmamahal ng mga residente mo kasi may bazaar, di ba? Merong pagkain, may tindahan na pagkain, marami. May mga potato corner pa nga kami. Nagpa-car display pa nga kami sa shout out din, under RCBC sa aking good friend na si Miss Pauline Suwa. Isa sa mga executive sa RCBC Manila area, no? Nagpa-car display kami last year. Yung Geely, Geely, Honda, basta yung under na Yuchenko Group na doon sa area na yon. Alam niyo naman, pag nakatira ka sa Paco, saka sa Otis, di ba, marami kang mga kotse na makikita doon. Isuzu yan, nagpa-car display kami. Kulang na nga lang Vespa eh. Hawak din daw nila yung Vespa, kaya lang, baka hindi na umabot yung kontrata. So, 3 yung kinar display namin. So, maraming natuwa. May mga bumili nga ng kotse nung bazaar, nung merkato namin eh. Bakit? Kasi inilapit namin sa mga tao yung activity. Ngayon, sa akin, di syempre, nag-evaluate kami. Nakabasa ako doon sa report ng meeting namin na nasira yung Carabao grass. Yung damo doon sa garden namin. Di syempre, ire-restore namin yon. Sa akin naman, and opinion ko lang naman to. I don't mind na masira yung Carabao grass. I don't mind. As long as masaya yung mga tao. Madali palitan yung Carabao grass. Diyos ko, magkano lang yung papalitan mo. Yung happiness ng mga tao. Diba? Yung happiness sa mga tao na pupunta sila sa bazaar, uuwi sila, may mabibilan silang pagkain na hindi presyong mahal, na mura, na affordable. Yung mga bata, may potato corner doon, twice or thrice a year, may potato corner doon, merong mga tindahan na fishball, si Cat and Barbie nandun. Meron pa nga doon yung RCBC, as I mentioned, diba? So, yung happiness ng mga residente, is it equivalent ng Carabao grass? Tatagalugin ko, damo lang ba ang katapat ng mga residente, yung kaligayahan ng mga residente? I don't think so. If the residents are happy, kung may pondo ka naman, ibigay mo sa kanila. Because they are paying for that. They are paying for the activities. Meron kasi sa condo tinatawag na, mas isa subdivision, di ba? May tinatawag na monthly dues. They should know where their monthly dues are coming from. Hindi pwedeng iniipon mo na iniipon yan. Dapat malaman nila kung saan nila dinadaling binabayad nila sa asosasyon. And that is one way to do that. Kung ako tatanungin nyo, dapat may pondo pa yun eh. Yung committee ng bazaar, bakit? Kasi they effort on that. They take extra effort on that. Kung mga pampagawa ng mga tent, yung mga ganun ba, di ba? Dapat, since committee sila, may pondo, may budget. It's a matter of transparency for me. Bumuo ka ng committee, bigyan mo sila ng pondo under the budget. Otherwise, wag ka na lang mag-activity na ganun. Diba? Ganun lang yan eh. Ang pondo kasi for me, as a matter of common sense, hindi naman kami profit organization eh, diba? And kahit sa education, ang pondo, ginagamit yan para maubos. Hindi para ipunin. Uubusin mo sa activities kasi it's what the residents expect. Binayaran nila yan eh. For me, that's common sense. Kung pwede lang nga, itira ko dyan every year, 0 eh. Kung ako masusunod eh. As in 0. Bakit? Because the residents would expect that. And common sense and being well educated will dictate to you na dapat makita nila where their taxes will go. Ganun dapat yun. Ganun dapat yun. So dapat, a matter of common sense for me, gawan mo ng tamang transparency. Gawan mo ng tamang transparency. Diba? So yun ang take ko doon. Yun ang take ko doon. Hindi ako accountant, although I do finance kasi nga businessman ako, and I also studied law. Everybody knows that bukod sa mga doctoral degrees ko, diba? So sa akin, it's like that. It's like that, diba? So meron pa diyang isa. Share ko lang ng mga basic common sense because that will determine how educated you are eh. Meron pa diyang isa, nag-igib ng tubig. Hindi naman sa minamarites ko, no? Nag-igib siya ng tubig. One time lang naman. Anong pinagkaiba niya doon sa mga water delivery? Namimuhan siya for that, nag-igib ng tubig minsan. I really objected na namimuhan siya. Although I wrote that kasi botohan sa amin, di ba? Siyempre, pag officer ka, you have to vote. Pero deep inside my heart, ayokong gawin. Ayokong gawin kasi alam ko may katuwiran siya. Bakit? Sa loob-loob ko, wala naman nagbabawal na mag-igib ka ng tubig sa house rules namin. Number 2, yung mga water delivery nga, balde-balding tubig yung dinadala sa elevator namin. Yung mga nagpaparenovate nga ng unit, may mga tiles pa sa elevator. Diba? Tapos yun, ilang galon lang na tubig yung inigib niya. So for me, kung may memohan mo yan sa loob-loob ko, memohan mo rin yung iba. So, wag mo napapanikin yung mga water delivery, pababain may residente, sila magbuhat sa elevator hanggang sa unit nila ng mga galon-galon na tubig. Yun ang basic common sense kung gusto mong ganon. But if you will allow them, i-allow mo rin siya. Diba? Ganun lang naman yan. It's not a matter of may violation siya, may context siya. Hindi yun ang point dun eh. It's a matter of yung remedy ba? The action itself. When you have the common sense, the end doesn't justify the means. Always, hindi ganun yun. Kaya nga, babalik tayo sa una. You should also know the context of the story. Alamin mo, baka mamaya, si ganito, pinag-iinitan lang yan for whatsoever, kasi siya maganda, si pangit, iwa ganun. Hindi naman sa harsh tayo, no? Diba kasi si maganda pa, si mataba na, yung mga ganun. Same, things like that. And when you are a truly educated person, you will understand the context. Ako, I made it clear sa mga kaibigan ko, sa mga katrabaho ko, na ang resolution ko for 2024, tamaan ng tamaan, I will be very objective na. Hindi na ka mang babash back ng mga kung anong mga nagbabash amin or what. Kikilalanin ko yung tao. Sa kikilalanin ko yung konteksto nung sinasabi nila. Because I take pride in the fact that I am truly educated. And since I take pride on that, does it mean even studying your enemy? Yes. Does it mean even understanding the opposition? The answer is yes. Does it mean siding with them if it needs to be? Objectively, yes. You cannot be always one-sided. And that is the purpose of common sense. Kahit opposition yan. So, shout out sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, kahit opposition yan. You have to understand why they are doing that. Minsan nga, common sense lang. Nagulat ako, pinabarangay kami. Doon, as an officer, napabarangay ako. Pero, I forgot that already. Water under the bridge na yon. Pinatawad ko. Bakit? Kasi nung makilala ko yung tao, nalaman ko, may point si ma'am. May point si madam. Bakit na kami pinabarangay? Oo nga, no? Although na-resolve naman, syempre. Syempre, na-resolve naman. Pero na-realize ko, may point siya. So ngayon, magkaibigan na kami. And I will support kung ano man ang claim niya. Bakit? Kasi, aalamin mo dapat baka mamaya, sa sobrang ginagamit mo na yung position mo or whatsoever, nasa ulo mo na siya, hindi mo na nakikita yung iba. Because even your opposition, even your enemies, you can show respect. And even your enemies, you can learn from them. Diba? Kahit sabihin natin, I will never be friends with this one, but at least I can be very professional. And that is common sense. More than the lessons that I will teach is the morals and the values that I want to impart. Like ko sinasabi sa mga estudyante ko yan, always be objective. Hindi porke sa kabilang side siya ng political fence or whatsoever, ibabash mo siya. Hindi siya ganun. There should always be an understanding na bakit kaya siya ganito. Then, kung talagang mali siya, saka mo siya iwasan professionally. Pero still, you respect the human being. iwasan mo na siya professionally kung talaga mali siya. Pero kung tama siya, ba't mo hindi susundin? Di ba? Kahit na, eto nga, kakasabi ko lang, di ba? Pinabarangay na kamit lahat. Lalo ako, being the secretary ng kondo, ako ang madalas pag inita nila, nagkasagutan kami. But when I tend to learn something from the person, from that fine lady, nag-ibang perception ko doon sa kapitbahay ko na yon. Bakit? Because I was able to understand where she is coming from, and I was able to understand na may point pala siya. Na may point pala siya. Hindi ko sinasabi na wala siyang mali. Hindi, syempre, privacy na namin yon. Pero sabihin na lang natin na if I wanted to emphasize something at may point siya, kikilalanin ko yung point na yon. Hindi ko sinasabi na wala siyang mali. Wala namang perpektong tao, saka wala namang perpektong administrasyon, di ba? Pero kung may point ka, ipaglalaban kita. Ganun lang yan. Kung mali ka, mali ka. Ako, administrasyon ako syempre sa amin, di ba? Nakaupo ako eh. Pero kung mali kami, mali kami. Transparency yon. Hindi mo pagtatakpan. Hindi mo naman kailangan ipagkalandakan na, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. Hindi mo naman kailangan sabihin na ganun eh. A simple policy or a simple notice or a simple sit-down talk with those who we have offended will do. It would have been fine. Hindi mo kailangan mag-issue ng policy or memo or a public apology. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is to sit down with them, understand them, at kung hindi maka-reach na common ground, agree to disagree. Again, if you cannot reach a common ground, agree to disagree, but respect the person. Now, if that person will backstab you pa rin after you're reaching out, problema nila yon. Hindi na sa'yo yon. At least you did your part. Yun ang common sense for me. And that is what a truly educated person should act. Again, ulitin ko lang, Ganun lang ang genuine and truly educated person for me. More than a truly educated person, more than the theories, more than the practical aspects of life. Again, more than the theories, more than the practical aspects of life, a truly educated person, more than the experience, connives or what you call coerces with the standard, moral, and universal values. And that's what that person will be teaching kung sino man ang kausap niya. Kung mali ka, you don't really have to apologize sa sangkatauhan na mali ako. Again, nagkamali ako. I don't have to really apologize sa sangkatauhan at ipagkalandakan yun. Hindi naman ganon. A simple gesture of communicating with the person whom you have offended will do. Diba? That's what makes a person truly educated. And that's what makes common sense really, really very important for an educated person. Understand the person. Ngayon, ganito, you did your part, bahala na siya. Kung hindi siya tutupad sa pinag-usapan ninyo, kanya yon. At least you did your part well. Ika nga sa Facebook, diba, na post is, even if they don't show you respect them. It is a reflection of your character, not them. And if you can reach out, understand them. Baka may matutunan ka even from your opposition, even from your enemies. May matututunan ka dyan. Ngayon, kung consistent yung bashing nila at wala nang sa rason, then you walk away. So far naman, sa nararanasan ko so far, I went beyond the line, above and beyond the line of my mandate. Mukha namang, hindi ko naman nilalahat, sabihin natin, sa kada 10 na nabalitaan ko dating mali, yung 4 pala doon, tama. So far, so 40% batting average, pwede na for a correction, di ba? Pwede na for a New Year's resolution na intindihin ko naman yung ibang side of the fence. Knowing the entire context, being educated and having the common sense to initiate and to be humble in acknowledging that fact. Di ba? Ako nga to be honest, I can work with anybody. Dati hindi, syempre pagkaibigan mo, yun ang gusto mo makatrabaho mo, di ba? Pero ngayon, I don't mind. Working with the opposition, I don't mind. Not because I am, minsan nasabihan ako dyan, balimbing. No, I'm not. It's just a matter of which matters to me more. Yung nasasakupan ko, yung mga tinuturuan ko ba, kung education yan, yung mga residente ba, sa homeowners namin, sa condominium association namin, or yung mga katrabaho ko ba, yung mga empleyado ba namin sa business, yun naman ang mahalaga, di ba? So, you should be able to respect anyone, hindi lang isa, hindi lang ganon. Adulting 101 lang yan di ba? Hindi porke kaaway mo, kaaway ng lahat. 'Diba? Saka kung gagawa kayo na action, dapat collective kayo. Hindi lang isang pipirma, hindi lang dalawa pipirma, dapat lahat kayo. Kasi, ika nga doon meron kayong tinatawag na quorum at meron kayong tinatawag na cohesion. But it doesn't mean na lahat kayo nag-agree. You can state pwede kang mag-sign with reservation, for example. Or kung talagang malala, pwede mo hindi pirmahan. Pwede naman eh. Kaya lang, mas maganda kung lahat kayo nakapirma. Diba? So, ayan. So, yun ang tinatawag na common sense. Again, interconnected yan kung napansin nyo, diba? Know the context of the story, then establish the common sense to understand the entire history and even the people behind it. From there, you will understand and you will become a better person. A better teacher. Not just a professor like me, but a better teacher of life. Diba? Alright, so sa ating last subtopic, ay ika nga ay yung sa ating common sense, ano? So again, meron ka ng context, meron ka ng common sense. Ang next subtopic ay dapat meron kang credentials. Have the credentials to walk the talk. So nakita nyo yung flow. Una muna, alamin mo muna lahat ng bagay-bagay. You should be curious in a positive way, di ba? Ika nga, curiosity killed the cat ba, the rat, whatever, di ba? Pero the thing is, you should be positively curious. Maging objective ka, step 1, know the concept. Step 2, have the common sense to understand which is right or which is wrong. Ika nga sa prayer ni Saint Francis, di ba? Anong prayer ni Saint Francis? Lord, give me the strength. Sorry, ano nga ba yung prayer niya? Lord, give me the, I forgot the exact term to use or to have a good will or to make good use of the things that I can control or that I have control. Yung mga kaya ko i-change. Give me the whatsoever. I forgot the exact term Give me that virtue to change or to make good of the things that I can change. And the understanding and the humility to accept those that I cannot. And the wisdom to distinguish the difference. Ano ibig sabihin ng prayer na yon? Nagdadasal si Saint Francis sa Panginoon natin. Nabigyan siya ng humility para maging mabuti. Magamit niya ng mabuti yung mga bagay na kaya niyang kontrolin para sa kakabuti ng iba. At tanggapin yung mga bagay na wala siyang kontrol at yung wisdom to distinguish both. Bakit? Kasi minsan pag isang bagay pilit, hindi naman talaga para sa atin, wag mo na ipilit. Doon papasok yung common sense. May mga bagay na hindi palaging try and try until you die, try harder. No. You should know when to quit. And you should know when to start again on a different venture or on a different avenue or from a different pavement. You should be able to distinguish that. That is common sense. Hindi pwedeng subok na subok. Baka mamaya, subok ka na subok, mali naman yung tinatarget mo na venture whatsoever that would be, di ba? Hindi naman talaga mag-push through. So, ibahin mo na yung diskarte mo. Patience is not always a virtue. Minsan, kailangan mo alamin kung nasan yung opportunity. And opportunity doesn't knock on your doorstep. On your door. It doesn't. Opportunity is like a treasure map. May X. X marks the spot. Hinahanap ang opportunity. Hindi kakatok ang opportunity sa'yo. Uulitin ko lang. Opportunities will never, good tidings will never knock on your doorstep. It's an X treasure hunt. You have to find it. And find their keepers. Because everybody else is also looking for it. So the early bird gets the worm. You should be able to have the initiative and above all, the proper credentials to be worthy of that opportunity. Parang ganito, kahapon napanood ko sa Power Rangers. Sa mga familiar sa mga Power Rangers dito, 'di ba? Sa mga nanonood ng mga kabataan pa na Power Rangers and youngster at heart just like me. Napanood ko sa Power Ranger, yung classic, yung 90s. Paano naging White Ranger si Green Ranger? Share ko lang. Sabihin nyo, itong si Dr. David, yung mga segment niya, nakakatawa. Power Ranger, Superman, hindi. May matututunan tayo dito. Paano naging White Ranger si Green Ranger? Usapang Power Ranger. Ano kaugnayan sa Revalida? Meron. Malalaman nyo ngayon. Naging White Ranger, that is the highest form of Power Ranger now. From Green Ranger, si Tommy, yung sikat na, na artista before sa Power Ranger, di ba? Doon sa napanood ko, na 90s episode nun, pinapunta siya sa isang planet na kung saan nandun yung power source ng mga Power Ranger. Tapos, tinesting siya. Tinesting siya kung worthy siya. To make it simple, sabi niya, kung hindi man naka-worthy, this power shouldn't be in the wrong hands. Yun ang testing sa kanya. So, isinurrender niya yung power niya. Yung pala testing lang. A test of humility. So, nung na-prove na humble siya, binigay sa kanya yung pagiging White Ranger. That is the most powerful Ranger of all time. So, to make the long story simple, usapang Power Ranger, usapang walk the talk, usapang credential. How can you have the credential if you are not worthy? So, i-establish mo yan. Mag-uumpisa yan again. How can you be having the good credential? Paano mo masasabi na magaling ka? Modesty aside, halimbawa lang, paano mo masasabi na doktor ka? Dapat nag-aral ka. Know the context. Education, mag-aaral ka. Number 2, common sense. Experience, diskarte. So that you will have the proper credential. So, step ladder yung segment natin ngayon. Alamin mo muna yung konteksto, alamin mo muna yung buong senaryo. At pag naintindihan mo na, saka magkakaroon ng tamang bearing or tamang credential. Minsan may nasasagot ako dyan eh. Yan yung, ganyan sinabi ko kanina, di ba, earlier in the segment. Di ba earlier in the segment I mentioned yung mga business professor hindi naman, wala namang negosyo. Totoo naman, what will they teach in the first place? Yun nga may credential na, natatawa ko like for example, hindi ko naman siya nakasagutan per se for this matter. Hindi ko naman siya nakasagutan or so, pero just last week, I had a common sense argument, constructive naman kasi hindi naman lumaki, with an engineer. Dahil lang sa signal ng isang namin, ng isang cellphone namin, dahil sa signal sa amin. Bakit? Sabi ko, Mr. So-and-so and Engineer So-and-so, hindi po talaga tayo magkakaroon na signal kung ang cellphone mo o yung wifi mo natatabingan na napakatataas ng mga building sa atin. Syempre, 'di ba? Parang hangin lang 'yan i-try mo. Try mo, 'di ba? Ang init o di kaya yung araw, 'di ba? Paano kasi sikatan na araw pa nasa lilim ka ng building, 'di ba? Ganun lang 'yan eh. Ganun din ang signal. Pero alam niyo problema, dami explanation sa akin. Hindi pag 5G ganto 'yan. Kahit pa. Hindi ko lang masabi sa kanya na, Sir, engineer, credential-wise, my father is an executive, is a corporate lawyer sa isa sa mga telecom companies, and my cousin is also the same, isa sa mga director ng mga engineer sa isang telecom company. Diba? Ikaw ay kasama ko dito, araw-araw tayo nakikita. So, between the credential-wise, between you and them, mas papaniwalaan ko siya over you. Hindi ko lang masabi. Pero credential-wise, doon mo makikita yung context. You cannot speak what you really do not know. Otherwise, chapsuy ang sinasabi mo. Chapsuy yung sinasabi mo. Even in leadership. Diyan papasok ka leadership sa credential part. A good and well-educated person is a good leader. How did I say that? When you are a leader, you don't create followers. You create more leaders. But in order for you to do that, you should be able to trust them. Ang problema ganito, may tiwala ka sa kanila, sila ba may tiwala sa iyo? How can trust, at least on the professional level, start if you are not qualified in what you're saying after all? Diba? Para yung ganito eh. Halimbawa ako, maging coach ako halimbawa ng basketball team. Halimbawa lang, sa intram sa amin, sa sports fest sa amin sa condo, halimbawa lang, kunin nila akong coach. Hindi nga ako makashoot na free throw na maayos, magiging coach pa ako. Nung kabataan ko, hindi nga ako nakasali sa intrams eh. Bilyar, pwede, oo. Baseball, oo. Nakapaglaro ako. Bilyar, I be my guest. Hindi naman sa pagmamayabang. Pero, di ba, kung kay Efren Bata, siguro makashoot ako isang bola. Di ba? Just kidding. Di ba? Pero basketball, sabihin sa akin, pag kinuha nyo akong coach or whatsoever, ano yung coach ko? Sabi ko, panorin nyo na lang si Steph Curry kung paano sumuyot. Wala akong credential. Di ba? So, ganun lang din yan. Hindi ko sinasabing tumahimik tayo or so whatsoever, Pero in the classroom, in research, kung ano man yan, when you really want to establish a connection with your audience or with your students, in my case, dapat may maiset ka example. Hindi Hindi kayabangan yan, hindi pagiging maangas yun, hindi pagiging arrogante yun. It's a way of establishing your credentials, it's a way of establishing your trust. Because people will follow, again, people will follow someone who is an expert in what he does. People will not follow someone na basta na lang nagrarant. Nakakaalibadbad yun, sa totoo lang. Nakakaalibadbad at nakakabara ng lalamunan yun, sa totoo lang. At pagkatao yun, minsan makikinig ka ba sa hindi naman expert? Di ba mali? Di ba? Mali yun. At sa mga nagtuturo naman sa akin, for example, may nagtanong sa akin last week, in line with this one. Sabi sa akin, sir, hindi pa siya bumabalik uli eh. Kailangan ko po mag-validate ng thesis, kailangan ng expert validator. Di sabi ko, sige, ganito. Tapos, nagtanong sa akin, sir, magkano po rate nyo? So, I gave my rate. Hindi pa ako binabalikan, siguro na mahalan. Bakit? Well, if you want good service, there's a price to pay for that. Because you are not paying just for the experience, you're paying for the credential. Remember that a good credential follows a good experience. It goes hand in hand. Kasama na si common sense dun. Kasama siya dun. Kaya pag magaling yung nakuha mo, expect a higher pay. Lalo sa education, lalo sa negosyo. Ikaw ba, halimbawa, ako ba papayag pag nagturo ako, ang isang oras ko 200 lang, hindi. Ang actual rate ko ngayon, with all due respect, kaya lang prorated eh. Ang actual rate ko ngayon, hindi ko pinagmamayabang kasi public knowledge naman to, it's 200 times 10 per hour. Ganun talaga yun. Although 6 units lang ako, pero still, ganun talaga. Bakit? Kasi yung credential mo eh. Yung credential mo. Kaya sabihin natin na, sir, minsan nagtatanong sa akin, sir, bakit parang napakadali sa iyo ng mga bagay? Kasi pinaghirapan ko na yon sa pag-aaral ko so that pag tinuro ko sa inyo, simple na lang. You don't have to. Noong nag-aaral ako, wala nagturo masyado sa akin noon. With all due respect, sariling sikap kay pag-aaral ko, yung narating ko ngayon. Wala nagturo sa akin ng mga discarding ganyan, credential na ganito, yung tamang thinking, wala masyado. Kaya yung mga estudyante ko, pagdating sa akin, sir, ba't parang napakasimple? Because I wanted it to make it to be simple or to make it simple for you. Kasi pinagdaanan ko yan eh. Parang yan sa Facebook, kung natatandaan nyo. Credential-wise yung alamat nung nasira yung barko, tumawag sila ng mga iba't ibang mga engineer na hindi pa naman ganun ka-experience, hindi nila nagawa yung engine ng barko. Doon sa Facebook na story Pero nung tumawag sila ng 20 years or 30 years na matandang engineer, isang pukpok lang nagawa yung barko. Tapos ang mahal nung singil sa kanila. Moral lesson of the story, pinukpok lang yung engine gumana. Moral lesson of the story, alam nung may experience kung saan pupukpukin. Yung wala experience, hindi niya alam. At yun ang binabayaran mo doon, yung isang pukpok. Yun ang binabayaran mo na mahal doon. Kasi kahit anong mura ng charge, kung pangit ang quality, walang credential, wala rin. It's as if ganito yan. Halimbawa, building mo sira. Sasabihin sa'yo ng gagawa ng kontraktor, 17 million, 18 million, 20 million. Para magawa lahat, gawin mo lahat. Yung piping, yung tubig, yung kuryente, electrical, pati pagre-repaint. Para hindi bumagsak ang building, para hindi mabulok. Kung ako, kakagatin ko yun. Halimbawa lang, example lang naman, walang hugo to. Halimbawa, 17 million, tas isa nag-offer, halimbawa 20 million, halimbawa lang. Tas isa nag-offer 5 million, 10 million. At tatanggapin ko yung mas mahal, kung may budget naman ako. Bakit? Sigurado yun eh. Sigurado yun. Sigurado yun. Sasabihin ko, pwede bang 8 gives? Pwede bang 4 gives? Kasi medyo mahal, ang budget ko 30 pesos lang eh. Asingil mo sa akin 20 pesos halimbawa. Kausapin mo siya. Respeto rin sa kanya yon, di ba? Kesa halimbawa, sige, 5 piso lang asingil ko dito, ayusin ko yung building mo halimbawa. Kung may masira na naman, ayusin ko lang dito yung tubo hindi yung kuryente. Ayusin ko lang sa bahay mo yung tubo hindi yung kuryente. Paano kung may magalaw? Di ba? Pag inayos mong isang bagay, i-check mo lahat at the very least at ayusin mo rin lahat. Hindi pwedeng patsi-patsi ang pag-aayos ng mga bagay. Diba? Kaya nga doon papasok ang credential kasi the credential of a certain professional, a truly educated professional, will see all the context of the entire story. Kaya nga, step ladder, alamin mo muna yung konteksto. Alam mo yan eh. Kaya mo sasabihin ngayon, and mahal ang rate niyan. You have to expect that. Because quality always comes at a price as a matter of credential. Kapag ang isang tao maganda, credential, and if he can walk the talk, expect mo mahal ang bayan yan. But it is what it is. Kesa naman halimbawa, nagpagawa ka ng bahay, mura yung kinuha mong kontraktor, mura yung kinuha mong karpintero, pasira-sira naman after 1 year, 2 years, uulit, kasi tinakbuhan ka na. Diba? Ay doon ka na sa mahal, sigurado, diba? I-loan mo na whatsoever. Ganun talaga. Ganun talaga. It is what it is. Nasira yung bahay mo eh. It is what it is. Kesa naman magkaroon ka ng problema in the future. Diba? Kung sigurado ka naman doon sa mahal na binabayad mo, kasi may credential siya. It is what it is. To wrap my segment up, my episode right now, alam niyo yung sinabi ni Kobe Bryant na nabubuhay pa siya sa Los Angeles Lakers. Ano sabi niya? We don't hang division championships or division banners. Although naghang ng in-tournament ang Los Angeles ngayon, I don't know why. Pero sige, okay lang. We don't hang division banners. We don't hang conference banners. We hang one banner and one banner only. Sabi ni Kobe Bryant. And those are championships. Hate it, but it is what it is. Ganon din ang credentials. Hate it, but you should be qualified. Pag nagturo ka, you should walk the talk. You cannot just say na, pag nalugay negosyo mo, ganito, isara mo agad. You cannot just say that. O pag kumikita ka, mag-expand ka agad sa negosyo mo, you cannot say that. You should have the experience sa panghuhugutan mo, na pinag-uugatan mo, nung ituturo mo. And that is the true meaning of our episode for today. Alright, so ayan, no? So I hope may natutunan kayo ngayon. Sa mga nagtanong, pinagsama-sama ko na lang. Ayoko na isa-isahin, syempre kasi pare-pareho naman yung afterthoughts. Pero I hope may natutunan kayo sa episode natin ngayon. And once more, I'll see you next week for another episode of Revalida. And we will have more real talks as time goes by. Maraming salamat po and God bless. Happy weekend.